Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of CONVALLARIA video, and early this morning we got a global live stream for the release of this game. Now, I couldn't watch it live because I was on a roof doing shingles, and if you've ever done shingles in the summer, the early morning is when you want to do that. That's when this live stream was, but I'm done with that. I just watched the whole thing, and I have a lot to say about this live stream. Almost all of it positive, and there's a lot here. There's some hidden nuggets in there, especially for you War of the Visions people, you other gacha players out there. There's some hidden nuggets in this thing, but let's go ahead and start with the most obvious good news. There were viewer rewards for this video, and the big ticket there is the 750 Luxite. That is nearly half of a 10 pull that we're getting just in our mailboxes when we log in. If you're re-rolling in this game, that's almost 5 more pulls that you can do to like maybe not have to re-roll again. If you're a free-to-play player, not a re-roller, that gets you that much closer to finishing your like new player banners or something like that. It's all just, you know, happy times getting free Luxite. Now, I'm sure there will also be some codes that trickle out as we get closer to launch. Like, I'll update you on any of those, but the more Luxite we get is better. 750 from this video is a W. Then they went on to talk about the story modes in this game, how they called one of the versions of the story the online version, which is very like gacha gamey. Like, hey, you go to these stages and you like have objectives, and it's kind of like the story in a lot of gacha games is not as great as it is in a lot of like single player games. And there's definitely that element to sort of CONVALLARIA with the Fool's Journey, but they consider that the online version of the game. That's where you go to like earn your Luxite, learn a little bit more about the characters, you know, do some farming, stuff like that. Then they consider the other version of this game, the offline story mode, and they showed a screenshot that not very many people, especially those who didn't get to play in the beta or get access to like a test version of the game, they show you the like branching story picture, and it just shows you how many different like ways you can go in this story. They put a lot of work into making the single player story in this game excellent, and I can tell you I have loved running the guild that you get to run in this game. Not the guild like that players are going to be in. I'll run one of those too for, you know, whoever wants to be in my guild. They'll probably fill up, but whatever. You run a guild, the sort of CONVALLARIA, you know, that's what the game's called. You run that in the game, and just managing that is a lot of fun. So they show you a little preview of the branching stories in there. Then they brought the development team on, and the development team had some super interesting things to say. I want to start with the guild team battles. I took 3 screenshots of my favorite 3 things. They talked about 2 things they were going to add to the global game soon after launch. One of them, well, a lot of it focused around PvP, surprisingly enough, but one thing that I thought was cool was guild team battles, where you can use characters from people in your guild to like fight content. Look, I love any kind of guild PvE. I like guild PvP. Adding more content to guilds is a huge W for this game. They also talked about PvP a little bit. Now, PvP in the Chinese-speaking version of this game that's been out for like 6+ or 8 months or whatever it is now, is like you fight defenses that other players have set. Think of like AFK Journey, right? You go fight a defense that somebody else made, and there's like traps they can put in there. And I've heard it's like kind of annoying. Again, unless you're like a super whale, you're just gonna like, the traps suck. I've heard negative things about it by everybody who wasn't a whale. However, they talked here about how they're implementing real-time 1v1 PvP, where you will queue up, you will be matched with another player, and you will just battle it out. Putting PvP in this game like that is a big step forward, especially for this channel, because excuse me, because y'all know I love running PvP tournaments. If we could have like a you know, like a friendly match system with spectators or something like that, we could do Friday night fights kind of content, or whatever kind of like live PvP we could figure out. That would be fun. So I'm really looking forward to that live PvP, and I'm happy that they're already talking about ways they're going to enhance the global version of the game. They mentioned that when the game came out, you know, in Asia, it came out early just for a lot of reasons. They kind of rushed the release, and so it wasn't ready when it came out there. And I think back to a game like War of the Visions, when it's launched, there was like problems with it. And if you've ever played a gacha game, you know they tend to get more generous and just generally better as they get older, better for the players especially, and a lot of times the stories improve too. Anyway, it sounds like they understand that and they're giving us a more complete version of the game. They fixed a lot of the bugs. They've made farming less grindy, it sounds like, because they are condensing what has already released in the Asian version of the game for us global players. Now, if you're a War of the Visions player and you're thinking, oh my God, Road to Worldwide and War of the Visions, which is when War of the Visions tried to like catch the global version up to the JP version, I mean, it sucked. It was hard to deal with. Here, they aren't doing that. They aren't catching us up to the Asian version. They just want to maintain about a 6-month difference. So they're going within the next, like maybe 6 months, they might give us 8 months worth of content. And they said to make up for that, they have like enhanced farm rates, made the game a little bit more accessible for the global players. They mentioned free-to-play players a lot of times in this. I thought that all sounded great. I'll take a little bit tighter, more exciting schedule with easier to farm and build units, and then we can hit our sweet spot and roll on as we were meant to. Okay. Next, they talked about a couple of the other like events that are going to be running as the game launched, Dawn and Voyage Memento. So Dawn, it was speaking on the single player version of this game, right? And they said that like the more time, like you play through the story, right? Then you're incentivized to go back, play through the story again, following a different path. And they mentioned that the more playthroughs you do, the better your rewards might be. Hey, look, my light turned off. This is like a thing this light does now. What a feature of that light. Anyway, so more playthroughs, more better rewards. I'll take that all day. And then for the gacha, the online version of the game, achievements and rewards for the online mode. There's like 40 pulls in there. This is more of a long-term thing. I've seen this in game and I can definitely confirm this is like long-term achievements, but with very good rewards tied into it. So they talked about that. Both of those will be going live when the game drops, as well as a 7-day login bonus where you're going to get Fake Hall for free. The last time I saw this, it was like he was on like day 3 or something like that. It looks like he's going to be there for 7. He's going to be the 7th day now. Either way, if you're re-rolling and you hit him on the re-rolls, like re-roll again, because you're going to get a copy of him right here. And he's a fine unit, but like if you're going to get one for free, I would just avoid him being my re-roll target for the obvious reasons. Okay, next, they did say what our first banners in game were going to be. Now, there are 2 kinds of like banners that are going to appear alongside the standard banner in this game. One of them is the new character banners. Gloria is indeed going to be the first new character banner. Great news. She looks like Agrius from Final Fantasy Tactics, guys. I mean, come on, it's Agrius from Tactics, but with like maybe a cooler move set. I don't know. She got her flag, she got her sword. She's going to be a reroll target and a gacha target for so many people. Then the other types of banners that are in this game are boosted banners with boosted characters from the standard banner that come out 2 at a time. We're going to get Beryl and Cole for our first version of that banner. It works a lot of the same ways that like the rate up system works for the new character banners, but when you hit a legendary, you have a 75-25 chance of getting one of the boosted characters, as opposed to the 50-50 chance that you have for the new characters. So Beryl and Cole are going to be the first like duo boosted rate banner, and Beryl and Cole are both great characters in the game. So either one, any of that you want to roll on, I think you're off and running and doing good. And then they talked about how there are skins in the game. Now, I've heard, I can't talk about my experience from like the test version of the game I got. And I also don't know if the test version of the game I got is true to what the final product is going to be in global. But I've heard things from, other content creators, other players, that these skins are tied to like events and achievements and things like that. And they mentioned that like changing your skin on the characters in the game changes the way like other characters in the game interact with them. They showed this preview of Beryl's skin. They mentioned Cole is also going to have a skin. And those were what I thought were the highlights from the live stream. So thank you guys for watching. If you missed the live stream, go check it out. Leave a comment in the live stream because you have a chance to win an Amazon gift card if you comment. And go do that. Help boost their video in the algorithm, and like and subscribe. Boost my video in the algorithm too. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.